few years ago, it seemed like a pipe dream. We're talking about a plan to cover part of the Kensington Expressway, make it a tunnel, and restore a portion of the Olmsted-designed Humboldt Parkway. Good evening, I'm Mary Alice Demler.
And I'm Michael Wooten in for Scott Levin tonight. Now, with a big commitment from the state, the plan looks closer to reality than maybe ever before. And for those who have long hoped for this was a day to celebrate. As we hear now from 2 on Your Side's Dave McKinley. Hey, Dave.
Hi there, Michael. And as you know, it could be years from now before what's proposed may come to fruition. But with a funding commitment of $1 billion on the table, it was hard for those who've advocated for this to contain their enthusiasm. Supporters gathered near the Buffalo Museum of Science in what used to be called Humboldt Park, at about the very spot where the once grand Humboldt Parkway terminated before the Kensington was built. While those who say $1 billion to cover just 3/4 of a mile of the recessed expressway, which would become a tunnel with grass on top of it, would cure all sorts of ills for the surrounding neighborhood, others are a bit skeptical. They include Robert Porter, who lived here when the Kensington was built and still owns a home right along the portion we're talking about.
It can't hurt. I put it that way. It can't hurt, but at what cost?
$1 billion.
Right. Do you really want to spend $1 billion? I mean, could it be spent better elsewhere? This is one of the poorest cities in the nation.
$1 billion can represent more than dollars. Through this commitment, 1 billion particles of fresh oxygen with new green infrastructure may dry 1 billion tears of the past. Through this commitment, 1 billion hopes and prayers have been answered to reconnect and restore this vibrant community.
You know, without business, what are you revitalizing?
That is a view shared by Mayor Brown, who, while in full support of the project, says if it is truly going to be transformational, there has to be supplemental funds to improve housing and business prospects in the neighborhoods near the Kensington. Also, as we've pointed out in previous reports, it's not as simple as adding a deck over the top and some landscaping. There'd have to be infrastructure for ventilation, filtration of the exhaust of the cars inside the tunnel, and a means of escape in the event of an emergency. On the upside, though, it would reduce noise in that neighborhood, and you'd never have to plow snow in the tunnel. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.